So the newest chapter of the MCU is upon us with the new Moon Knight show. Now I'm gonna be 100% honest, I had literally no idea who Moon Knight was before watching this first episode. I only saw him like once in an Ultimate Spider-Man comic and he was only in it for like 20 seconds, and then he just left and he never showed up again. But this first episode, oh, it was really good. So it starts out with Stephen Grant having some DID episodes. And for those of you that don't know what dissociative identity disorder is, it's where someone has two or more different personality identities. So Stephen Grant basically switches back and forth with this guy named Mark Spector in the same body, and it's pretty crazy. Like, Stephen would go to work and he would have a girl be like, "Oh, I'm so excited for a date," and he would be like, "Who the fuck are you? I've never seen you before in my life." But I mean, honestly, if you have an attractive girl being like, "Hey, I'm excited for a date," you just go with it. And that's exactly what Steven did. So he is a smart man. He would also black out and wake up in like weird locations with like weird objects in his pockets or even blood on his hands. And I think they did a really good job with the blackouts because they leave you feeling just as confused as Steven. Because one minute he's literally working a job at like a museum gift shop, and then the next second he's literally like a million miles away from home in some random ass town. The main villain, I think, is also pretty interesting. His name is Arthur Harrow, I believe, and he basically has like this scale tattoo on his arm, and basically it'll tell you if you're a good or bad person or not. And if you're a bad person, he just fucking murders you on spot. It's pretty intense. I'm pretty interested to see what he does later on in the series. But overall, this episode is really, really good. It definitely was a little bit of a slow burner in terms of like the plot, but I actually like that. I like that they aren't just like instantly giving you answers to everything, because then I probably wouldn't be nearly as invested or have a desire to watch the next episode as I do, because there's like mysteries and I have questions and I want to see how they answer those questions like in later episodes. I guess my one and only complaint with this episode is at like the very end when Moon Knight is fighting that big creature thing and they deliberately do not show him fighting it. They just kind of put the camera facing towards the ground, which is away from the action. It's still like badass as fuck when he grabs the creature and like drags it towards him and kills it. But personally, I would have liked to seen the fight, but that's just me. Still a very badass way to introduce the Moon Knight character in full costume and all. I would definitely give this first episode a 8 out of 10. It did an amazing job at hooking me and keeping me invested. Oscar Isaac is also absolutely amazing as Stephen Grant. I really felt his overwhelming confusion when he would wake up in these weird ass places with random people he doesn't even know, talking to him like they've known him for a long time. You should definitely watch Moon Knight if you had even the slightest bit of interest in it. Like literally if you had like 0.0001% interest in it, you should definitely watch it. You will not regret it. Thank you guys all so much for watching this mini review of the first episode of Moon Knight. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell for when I do another review, maybe, question mark. And I'll see you guys all later. Goodbye!